Today, we are at the beautiful Westfields Marriott at the American Wine Society National Conference, talking with other wine enthusiasts about making poor relationship choices.
When you meet Renee, you're going to find her to be hilarious and just really relatable.
She's very energetic, very effervescent. She engages the audience quite well.
Renee is very dynamic, and to have that much positive energy first thing in the morning, she kept everybody engaged. It really invited a lot of audience participation, which was great.
She engages the audience well. She just does some good things as a speaker. She keeps your interest, no doubt.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your patience while you tailgated outside of the room this morning. You're in for a real treat. We're going to have a lot of fun. Your morning is going to start off with edutainment. All right? We are going to have so much fun. Everybody else is going to be able to talk with you about terroir and about the regions and all those things. Who's ready to drink some wine? All right.
I just had so much fun this morning because Renee is showing us a different way to look about and think about wine. She has a different perspective. I've been going to conferences for decades, and this just gives you another way to think about wine that other people aren't doing.
One thing I didn't expect that I got out of it was putting personality traits to wine. We're used to putting food traits or smells or flowers or whatever, but to put personality to it was just a fun way of thinking about it.
But what we're going to talk about is wine, how it relates to the people in your life, the relationships in your life. Which one of these wines today may or may not have done time in jail? Which one of these wines today might have been a stripper in her 20s? No shame, no judgment. And which one has a doctorate and is the one that you would bring home to mom, right? So we're going to learn all of these things about these wines, and this is super interactive. So the only way this works is if you share your thoughts as well. And so we ask those same questions about people that we ask about wine. So one of the things that just makes me tick is being able to actually create those experiences around every sip, every bite, why we're doing it, why we love it. It's one of the things when I do my WineauxClock culinary experiences. Yes, I did trademark the word WineauxClock. I'm so happy I did. I do experiences where I pair wine with life, more so than just the food. We also talk about, what country we're in when we're having it. Are we in a hot climate? Are we in a cool climate? All of that. And my events led to everybody telling me, you really need to write a book. I've never heard anybody talk about wine this way. Please, please, please write a book. So finally, I said yes to writing a book, and 72 days later, Poor Relationship Choices was born, and it went to #1 on Amazon the day that it was released. So, yeah, sold over 200 copies before it even came out. So it was really, really special.
Same attributes that we love and appreciate in wine can also be related to people in our lives.
What is the occasion? Wine tastes very different at a wedding than it does at a divorce party, right? Same wine, different adventure. So we think about why we're drinking it. What is our occasion? And where were we? This one was really cool for me. When my first time going to Tuscany in 2021, my husband and I would go all the way up in Chianti, up this beautiful mountain to Brindisi. And we're just looking out over the hills and the valleys and all the wineries. Tears are flowing because I'm in a Tuscan vineyard, big life moment. And so maybe we bought 5 or 6 cases of wine, right? Maybe, allegedly. We get home and we open one of them and we're like, maybe the bottle's off. It wasn't. It was what it was, but we bought the experience with that particular wine. It was amazing in sauce, by the way, and the rest of the wines were fantastic.
You don't have to like every wine for it to have value. It's important to know what you don't like just as much as it is important to know what you do like.
Ways that we describe tannin are actually well, the way that I describe tannin actually has to do with the way things feel on your hand. And I didn't even get that. Actually, the winemaker at Walsh Family Wine, Nate Walsh, is the one who made that connection for me. So these tannins are they're young. They feel young to me, right? And so when they're young, your tongue goes across the roof of your mouth. Both directions is a little bit rough, right? So when you have a tannin that is velvety, for me, that's the next level. Where just like when you hit crushed velvet, one way it's a little bit rough, the other way it's super smooth. Same thing with tannins when they are velvety. And then when they're silky, it is nice and smooth both directions, right? And then when they are bitter and they grab you, it's just crappy wine, throw it away.
Wine is fun. It's a living thing, and it breathes with us. So we have to enjoy it with life. Sip life by the glass.
It was very entertaining and enjoyable to see her perspective on wine and the different types of wine that she presented to us and how she presented it.
I give 5 stars and would absolutely recommend.
I just came out of Renee's session and I thought it was wonderful. Putting personalities to wine was incredible. I never thought of it that way before. So it was an eye-opening experience. She was fun, educational, just wonderful, full of personality herself. I had a great time and I hope to do it again next year.
So I would really recommend Renee as a speaker. She's fun, she's energetic, she's entertaining, and she knows her stuff about wine.
If you're looking for a ferocious partner and advocate of a woman, Renee Ventrice is absolutely the right pick. She makes everything business fun, exciting, and fulfilling, and I cannot imagine having found a better partner.
If you're looking to level up your event with a fun wine tasting, making poor relationship choices, please reach out to me at POURrelationshipchoices.com.